Today, the Mayerson JCC was reopened just before noon after receiving an all clear from law enforcement following a phoned-in bomb threat this morning. Out of abundance of caution and per protocol, the building was immediately evacuated and everyone is safe. More than 20 other JCCs across the country received similar calls this morning. Several of those facilities have already been given the all clear. Early indications are that this is the same type of phone-in threat that was made to more than a dozen JCCs last week, which all resulted in all clear. The JCC has been coordinating with Safe Cincinnati and AMBERLEY Police throughout the incident, and the entities are continuing to work together as the investigation continues. We are grateful to the cooperation of the entire staff during this incident and for the swift, thorough response of law enforcement and first responding parties, particularly AMBERLEY Police and Fire Department. Safety and security is always foremost in our #1 priority. We regularly practice preventive safety measures in order to ensure preparedness. In addition, we have protocol and procedures in place to respond to a broad range of emergency situations at the Mayerson JCC. So at this point, I'm open to taking a few questions, and we will try to respond.
Marc, you said more than a dozen last week. Were you the target of that?
We were not a target last week, but we were aware of it, and we were prepared in case we did get one last week.
And has there been any idea of what's been said in this threat to the best of your knowledge that you can?
Almost all the calls, and I know our call was really that there's a bomb in the building, there's a bomb, okay, and that's basically the messaging that we have gotten. It's unfortunately we are part of a network of JCCs across the country, and immediately as we were noticed, as soon as we had ours, we had already seen notifications that there were several others, and I was constantly in contact with all the JCC executives were communicating throughout the morning.
You said you were prepared for an instance like this. Were you expecting it?
No, I wasn't expecting it at all, but we were prepared, and as I say, we constantly follow protocols and training procedures, and in cooperation with the police and fire department and with Safe Cincinnati, we really regularly talk through and review our protocols and procedures.
Why not? I mean, why at this particular time, if you had to, is there anything that...
When nothing new is happening, I can't comment. I just know that in the last 10 days now, there's been multiple threats. Some of the JCCs that received threats have received threats both this week and last week.
Without speculating on motive, could you speak to the tone of the call?
I did not. I personally did not receive the call.
Then the person who did, what was the tone of the call? Was it threatening or was it one of alarm? Do you see what I'm getting at?
We really couldn't tell. Okay, and I'd have to, the police have talked to and interviewed the person who received the call, and I don't know if they received any more information than that.
At this point, we were actually working with the state, local, and federal levels on the call, so we really don't want to release any information on the call other than we did receive a call. There was made it known to us that there was possibly a threat to the building, and their procedures went in place, and we worked together on this.
Do you have any leads of any kind?
At this point, I cannot say whether, what direction we're going with the investigation.
Are you able to say that are the callers or caller, is it the same, or is this several different people throughout the country? I assume that you've been in contact with other agencies.
I don't think we can speculate whether it's the same caller or same context of calls, but there is Cincinnati Fusion Center with the federal level. We're working with them. We relay the information to them, the calls, how the calls are tracked and came in, and at that point they take the investigation and work with us at that point. So we cannot say any more on that.
About how many people were evacuated from the facility earlier today?
So at any one time, we could have several hundred people in the building, and we got everybody evacuated appropriately to wherever they needed to be based on what part of the building they were in at the time, where they went. So I can't say exact numbers, but there's probably several hundred in the building at the time.
Do you feel like that went well?
I actually think it went great. That's why I thank my staff so much. It actually was a really almost everything went off without a hitch, and I feel really good about how well we were able to get out of the building.
And how long were they out?
We left here approximately about 10:30, and we gave the all clear right about noon. So
I heard the kids were taken down to the police station. Was that part of
they
the
were
process?
evacuated per our protocol to some locations.
What do you make of the threats here and nationally?
I really can't speculate. I really was focused today on what was happening here in Cincinnati at our location, making sure everybody got safe and out of the building. And I really haven't had time to process what's maybe happening nationally. But it's unfortunate, and it's a kind of society in the world we live in today. But that's partly why we practice and are prepared and focus on our protocols.
I noticed as we were walking in, there were signs about the gymnasium. I don't want to assume that.
Oh, yeah. The gymnasium it was a different problem last week. Totally unrelated. The gym's been closed since last Thursday from we had a flooding incident happen in our gymnasium. So that was totally unrelated.
I'm glad I asked.
Were there any cancellations as a result of this?
No.
Meetings that would have been scheduled that were...
Other than maybe what might have been happening between 10:30 and noon, we are open and fully functioning as of noon, and staff are back at their roles, and doors are open, and programs that were planned for the rest of the day are happening as normal.
This is a more broader question, because I know that sadly, this isn't the first time something like this has happened here and other places. I mean, if you can, just speak to just that type of climate that would cause.
I actually really can't, because that really is beyond my expertise and knowledge base, and anything I would say would be just speculation on my part.
Question for law enforcement. Just obviously, you're not talking about the investigation, but has the timing of these calls been noticed by law enforcement?
Well, I think they're always noticed. Is there any significance as what you're getting to? I'm not really sure at this point. Obviously, this is the first of its kind in our facility. We've prepared for this for years since the JCC opened, and I'm actually, since I got the mic, I'm proud of how JCC responded, Safe Cincinnati, and how well it went evacuating the building and seeing everything happen the way it did.
Can you tell us something about that
That's
process?
probably about all the questions we're going to take for now, just because everybody's got schedules they've got to get on with, and we don't want to maximize, we don't want to have any more interruption than we've already had for the day. So thank you guys for being here.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you for showing the interest, and appreciate the support. Thank you.
Thank you.